Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 here on Zielonka Real Survival. Today, as you can see, we have a bunch of equipment here already set out, and this is for some more contract work that we're going to be doing today, hopefully to get some money together to get us towards buying our first field. I don't know exactly where that's going to be. We got to look at the prices. Of course, we have the dynamic field prices installed, so we need to look for a good deal. Hopefully, I was just looking through the map, and there's actually a lot of land that is extremely overpriced right now. So we may end up having to wait a little bit longer on that, but we're going to still continue to make some money here. And so we have two fertilizer contracts set up, and I only borrowed the equipment for one of those, and we'll use that for both fields. And then we also have a harvesting contract. Now, I know I could be going for like the highest paying contracts and all that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like doing things a little bit differently than just going for the highest paying stuff. We'll go for the big paying jobs and all that. But yeah, so while we are doing all of this, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the not really. I mean, I guess you could say it's rules, but more guidelines on what I will be allowed to purchase as far as equipment, as far as like brands and whatnot, and crops and stuff like that that I can grow. Uh, because this is a series that I want to keep, immersive and kind of in line with what is done over in Poland, since we are on a Polish map. Yeah, I want to trying to think of words to say here. Oh god, nope, did not mean to hit that button. Did not mean to hit that button. Alright, there we go. Alright, we have our fertilizer set up, and we'll go ahead and get that raised up. Alright, yes, so, anyways, more immersive as to what is going on, like what they do in Poland. Alright, now, last episode I did realize that I left the time scale like down all the way, so we're gonna go ahead and crank that up to 3 for this episode, and start making our way on over to, let's see which fields we are doing for fertilizing. We have field 42 and 71. So 42 and 71 luckily are in the north part of the map, and then 56 is right next to the shop for the harvesting. That's a long, skinny field. Shouldn't take very long. 42 is an extremely tiny field. Yeah. Alright, so let's head out this way on the main road. So as far as equipment and stuff that I'm going to be allowing myself to purchase in respect to brands and whatnot, I want to try to keep it to brands that are used over in that area. Now, I do know that... Oh my goodness. What is this? Okay, then. Alright. We have a flooded path. Interesting. I do know that there are certain brands that are used, but I'm going to try not to use those because everybody in Farm Sim uses those. And that is the John Deere and New Holland and Case and, those brands. Like, everybody uses those. I don't want to use those, even though John Deere and New Holland, from what I was reading, is a fairly common brand that is used over in Poland. I want to stick to different brands, and we will go over that here in just a second. Let me just make sure I make it to the right field here. So we'll turn down this dirt path. There we go. There is field 42. And right about there should be good place to start. And again, we're going to be doing the fill with fertilizer like so. Alright, here we go. We gotta be careful not to, destroy the field too much. I probably could have got this all in one pass, but I completely forgot that this is a super wide spreader. That's alright. So, what I could do is go ahead and crank down the spread width on this. Even though with precision farming, it doesn't really waste any product or anything like that, but, it'll be okay. Alright, there we go. That field is done, and let's go ahead and make sure we crank that back up to full spreading width. And we will head on over here to field 71, which is conveniently located right here. Oh, there is a river there. Now, I know I could drive across it and all that stuff, but realistically, you would not do that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go around. All right, let's talk about brands and whatnot that we're going to be using. So I've gone and done, oh, sweet. There we go. Okay, we're good. That's that center of gravity mod, man. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in there because it's just a little bit too sensitive. So I've done some research on brands, on like Polish brands and brands that are used over in Poland. And I have written a list of stuff that I am going to be allowing myself to purchase and use for my own farms. Let's make sure. Yep, that is covering just fine. Perfect. Okay. So Bomet, or Bomé, however you want to pronounce that, is a brand that I will be using. Metalfec, Metal Tech, Pronar, and those are typically like trailers, implements, and stuff like that. Now, Zeter, even though that is a Czech brand, that is a common brand used from what I understand. Yeah, you can see we are destroying some crop there. That's alright. So Fendt and Class are both German brands, but they are commonly used over there from my research. Fiat is Italian. But from my understanding, that is a commonly used brand over there. And then again, of course, JD and New Holland. Now, I'm going to try not to use the JD and New Holland because, like I said earlier, everybody uses those. And I'm so sick and tired of building farms that are John Deere or New Holland farms. I want something different. So yeah, those are the brands that I'm going to try to go with. Now, the rule that I'm going to set for myself on that is if there is no tractor or like piece of equipment available in a particular brand, then what I am going to do is allow myself to purchase something else, like a different brand. Alright, so we're emptying that out, so... oh, goodness. There we go. We're emptying that out so we don't get the reimbursement for that, and we'll take this on back to the shop. So yeah, if there's something that's not available And in the brands that I have selected to use, then I will obviously allow myself to purchase something in a different brand, so we can continue this series. So as far as crops, I was looking at uh, commonly grown crops over there. This is a nice looking farm. This would be nice to buy. This would be very nice to buy. What is it? This is a chicken coop. We've got our grain silo and a farmhouse, and then we also have a little barn over here, which is basically the same setup we had down there at the other area, minus the grain silo and the house. The house was different. So, I mean, this might be a decent area to take a look at. Actually, let's see how much this is real quick. We're up here. All right, so this is, oh my goodness, 963,000. So maybe not. Maybe not. At least yet, or anytime soon. Excuse me. So yeah, so crops. I've done some research on crops that are commonly grown and stuff over in Poland. Rye is on the list, but we don't have rye. So if we head over to our calendar here, so we don't have rye. All right. So obviously we won't do that. Wheat, we can definitely do wheat. Barley and oats are definitely commonly grown over there, so we could do those. Potatoes, which is great because we could do the new potato chip production. Sugar beets and fodder crops. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you, but we don't have anything called that here, so whatever. Let's see. Flax and hops, we don't have the ability to do those here either. Tobacco, we don't have that. And then there's fruits and vegetables. So we could do greenhouses, and then obviously we could do the new red beet, carrots, and parsnips. And that's going to be our guide for that. Now, obviously, we're still going to be doing some grass work, and we may dabble into some canola and I was gonna say corn, but maybe corn. I don't know. We'll start with wheat, barley, and oats. Potatoes, red beet, carrots, and parsnips and grass are gonna be kind of our standard go-to, and then we'll see where the series goes from there, and then we'll probably dabble into some other stuff. I would actually kind of like to dip into some vineyard stuff, so some grapes and olives, because I don't ever do that. I've done it a couple of times. It is kind of a pain of a process, but so is beets, carrots, and parsnips. Any root crop is a bit of a pain. Uh, so but yeah, I don't see a whole lot of people doing vineyard stuff, so we may dabble into that just a little bit. We'll see how things progress in the series. So with that, let's get on back down here to the store. Let's grab our other machine. Well, we'll go ahead and return this and collect our money for the other contract, the fertilizing contracts. And then we'll get our harvester and stuff and move on down to the next contract. Alright, so there's the first one. We got $2,000 off of, or 2,000 zloty. Sorry. This one we're going to get 11.6. And then we did get the lease cost on this one, but again, zero reimbursement and all of that. So let's go ahead and collect that. And our next one is going to be the harvesting. So let's go ahead and jump on over there. We got 10,195 Zilote off of that one. So we are up to 41.7. We are looking very good. Very, very good. Indeed. So let's go ahead and grab our JCB. I kind of wish you had the option to, like, you know, lease equipment that makes sense to go together. Because personally, I would not choose this JCB for anything outside of maybe some sort of logging or something. Alright, there we go. We are hooked up to that. We're going to go ahead and move this out of the way so we can drop our header onto the header trailer. Go ahead and just park you right there. And let's go ahead and grab our Gigantor harvester here. Zoom out. I do have some extra stuff installed that gives me like extra menus and whatnot, and HUD screens. Now this one you can connect from inside of the machine, which is kind of strange, but you still have to hop out and do the PTO, and I don't think there's hoses that you have to do on this one. I don't think so. Let me go back over to the other side and make sure. Yeah, no hoses or anything on this, which is fantastic. Which I don't know why I even bothered hooking up the PTO, because we're about to drop it onto this trailer. Alright, let's go ahead and unattach that. There we go. That should snap into place. Alright, we'll get this on over to the field, which is right next to us. Conveniently. Make sure we're lined up properly. There we go. There we go. No cables or hoses or nothing to do with that. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and jump into our JCB since it's parked in the way. Get this on over to the field. So I actually want to show real quick that I am going to be walking back over here to the store, since luckily it is just right here next to the field. I don't want anybody to think that I'm cheating the no teleporting rule that I have set. So yeah, there we go. Alright, so we are set up and ready to get going here. We'll go ahead and unfold. Just kidding. There we go. Unfold the harvester. And we also are going to need to hop on out of here and reconnect our PTO for that. And here we go. We'll go ahead and start with a couple of passes here on this end, since it is up by the road, as well as need to start combine threshing. What? Okay, I figured it out. It is the combine experience mod that I have installed, so I have to actually activate the header and the combine itself separately. So there we go. That is now set, and we should be able to get going here. So you can see a bunch of stuff happening down there in that box. I may actually end up removing the combine experience mod, because I think it actually does slow down the harvest speed. It's supposed to make it like more realistic and whatnot. Alright, so we'll just we'll do that right there real quick. There we go. I don't want the swath to go, like, on somebody else's field or something. Yeah, I think I may remove that combine experience mod real quick. Alright, there we go. That is better. We are able to do 10 kilometers per hour instead of 4 now. which I think realistically, combine experience is supposed to make it more realistic, but at the same time, I don't want things to take absolutely forever. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be using the vehicle speed override or anything like that, adjusting the working speeds that we're allowed to do. We are going to kind of just keep to what we have. Now, I do have other mods installed, like vehicle control add-on, as well as the GPS mod. It does appear that this combine has GPS installed, so we could technically use it. Vehicle control add-on has a different type of GPS in it, to where you don't actually have to purchase the GPS for the tractor. In my opinion, it is far better than the actual GPS mod that you have to buy for each tractor. But I think for now we're just not going to use it, and we'll continue to get this work done. So, yeah, I think that's... Oh, real quick, let me go over some other little guidelines that I have set real quick. The animals. So I looked into animals that are commonly done over in Poland, and that is going to be cows, both beef and milk, chickens, pigs, and that was really the three that I found. Now, I did see that there were very small amounts of sheep farming. I guess it's like a whole thing over there in Poland about sheep farming with the grazing on fields and stuff. There's like some kind of major issue with that. There's not as many sheep over there now or something. I don't know. That's just what I was finding during my research on farming in Poland. If you live in Poland and sheep farming is a major thing, and what I read is completely wrong, then please do let me know down in the comments, and we will add sheep to a massive scale animal. But we're going to be doing cows, chickens, and pigs as far as large scale animal farming. So that is the animals, and that really covers all of the guidelines and rules that I have set for this series. Obviously, there may be some new rules that come into play, or maybe some rules that get tossed out. We'll see how things go in the series, but for now, we're going to continue working on this field, and I will see you guys when we are finished. Alright, we are coming up to the end here. Just a little bit left. And we'll go dump this into the trailer. Hopefully we can fit it all into that one trailer so we only have to make one trip. But we'll go ahead and finish that on up. Perfect. Get that shut off, and let's go ahead and get that pipe opened up. Yeah, hopefully we can fit it all into the one trailer load so we don't have to make multiple trips. So we'll get this dumped in. We'll drop the combine back over at the store, excuse me. We'll probably, actually, yeah, we'll grab the trailer and everything as well. The header trailer, that is. And do it properly. We'll return it to the store. Not too bad of a field to work. There's a lot of these fields that are skinny and long fields, so they're really simple to work with and don't take too much time at all. So I probably did that as a time lapse. I think so, or I may have skipped over it. Most likely a time lapse. I don't know. Of course, you already know because you just seen what happened. So. I think actual time that took about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, something like that. And there we go. We were able to fit it all into one trailer load. Fantastic. Now, here's the thing. Do I allow myself to take the payout from the remainder of the crop when we go to turn this in, or do I subtract that income and make it more difficult? I don't know. I think for this episode we'll go ahead and accept it. We'll see like how much it is and whatnot. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think we should allow ourselves to take the extra bonus pay from turning in the crop on these contracts, or should I deduct that money back out of my bank account? Alright, let's get this parked over at the shop, and we'll come back and grab the trailer and head on over to the sell point. And then we'll turn in the contract, see how much money we make. Alright, so luckily the drop-off point is not super far away from where we are at, and it's just going to be down at the end of this field. Make a right, and then another right. It looks like maybe actually the second right, and then immediate right after that. It's going to be over by 35 and 36, so we want to take that little side road going back behind 36 there. Just looking at the mini-map. Alright, perfect. Actually, it looks like that may be the sell point right there. We're not going to cut across the field like a bunch of bozos. Looks like we can actually go this way. There may be another road that goes in. Yeah, we can go this way. So, we'll go this way. Alright, we can drop that mini-map down. What is this place over here? Is this the market? This looks like the market. I guess it would have been about the same distance either direction we went. But this here is the sell point. Alright, here we go. 80% complete. And let's see how much extra we get off of this, if there is anything extra. There we go. We have 14,770 zloty. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me when I say that it is not. If you look at the conversion rate between US dollars and zloty, Polish currency, you will see that it is really not a lot. Um, so it may seem like we are doing very well financially at this moment, but when it comes to, you know, still purchasing equipment and land and stuff, we are quite a ways away. We still have some work to do. We'll get this parked on over here and turn in this contract and see how much money we end off with today, and then we'll take a little peek at some land real quick. So let's go ahead and turn that off, and there we go, hitting the tab button again. Trying to reach the escape button so I can go into the menu here. Alright, head down to contracts, there we go, 17,552, 0 reimbursement, no missing crops, lease cost 1950. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and collect it. We got 15,212 off of that, including the bonus that we got off of that as well. So again, if you feel like we should not allow ourselves to take that bonus, then do let me know. We'll go ahead and leave this one the way it is. It's already done and all of that. But if you think I should not be able to receive that bonus of the crops on contracts, drop it in the comments below, and then we can apply that rule from here on forward. So let's take a look here. We have 71,711. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map here. And let's go to farmlands. Now, that is up 4.2%. That's up 83%. My goodness. This looks like it's getting cheaper and cheaper as we go. But still out of our price range. That's 130. That's 89. I mean, we're close to being able to buy 46 or 42. And we can build our own farm on the plot of land that you typically start with. Let's take a look at 58. So 58 is 65,000, but it's up 1.2%. We want to try to get land at a discounted price. So I don't know if it'd be worth paying that extra. Because let's see, this is 0.54 hectares and this is 0.52 hectares. And we can get it for a much cheaper price at a discount of 23.3%. Field 57. Now we have to think of the available land around us to be able to build. Is there anything on field 57? What is that, canola? Yes, that is canola. On 34, is that ready for harvest? That is ready for harvest. So we could buy that field and then harvest, but we'd have to lease a harvester and then sell what we have immediately, basically. And then we could actually go ahead and sell the field. You know, basically flip the field real quick. That may be a good way to go because I don't necessarily like the location here. There's not going to be a whole lot of land to build off of. Now, of course, we could buy 33 and turn that into like farm or farm build or whatever. But I would really like to buy this area right here. I think that'd be a good area, and then we can expand over into some bigger fields and up into some bigger fields and more fields and whatnot. And of course, our productions are going to be down here, and then we could even look into buying these down this way. 187, 69, 320, 156, and then 74, 823. So 83 and 85 are not too bad right now. But I'm thinking maybe we flip this field real quick. So 40. So it's gonna cost us 46.3, and then we're gonna need a combine. How much would it be? So we would need a Fent or a class. which there are no Fent harvesters, right? Yeah, it's all class. We could lease one of these cheaper guys back here. Mods that I have installed. This would be overkill. You know, maybe something like this that does 25. It's got a 5,200 liter capacity. It would cost us 13,000 to lease that thing. So at that point, it's like, do we just go? Well, see, this one costs even more. Yeah, 18,000. Hmm. Very interesting. We could go with one of these guys back here, one of the older generations of the Dominator class. So if we were to go with, let's see, this does 22. It's got a 6,500, 22, 5,000. How much would it be for this one? 8,000. That's more like it. So we could lease that right there. Then obviously we would need to lease the header, which would be another 1,500. So we'll call that 9,500. And then the trailer, call it 10 grand to lease the equipment. Well, the combine at least. Then we would need some sort of a trailer. Just figuring this stuff really quick here. So that's 54. We could go with this one, but it would take multiple trips. Hmm. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and I think we'll be okay to go ahead and buy this field. So field 57 or farmland 57. Let's go ahead and buy that. All right, so we now own that, and it is ready for harvest. And next episode, we're gonna jump into leasing the equipment. I'll figure it out off camera what I'm gonna do as far as leasing the equipment, and then we'll go over there, harvest it, sell the crop, and possibly sell the land back. I doubt we'll get any kind of profit off of that, but yeah, so that'll be it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash the like button. Leave comments down below for any suggestions or anything like that. And appreciate you watching. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next one.